Hi everyone, long time no see. Oops, it's 8 p.m. right here. The reason why I made this video is because apparently, you know, I guess, wait, I guess like I haven't made one in a long time and you guys don't deserve enough. I don't know if I have to update you, but I've decided to continue this channel because yen is too low. Maybe if I get enough views, this is honesty, I got, I don't know, like yen is too low, dollars is too good for yen, so I don't know. But honestly, I think I'm in my point where I have to set myself free. So I just want to announce that I'm married. So I'm gonna be telling you the story about that. But it's not like your typical big wedding marriage. So I will be giving you step-by-step things about that. And he's Japanese. Yeah. What can I talk about it? Well, long time ago, I was telling you guys, like, what would a single, is there a ghost? Like, a single Filipina woman would like in a relationship. However, now, how is life of a married wife? However, it may not be similar to like Western people. Marriage is quite different and everything that goes with it. But the point is, you're still married to a Filipina if you want to marry one. But how is it? Well, first of all, I do want to share the story. So he was introduced by a common friend, and at first I didn't like him. I'm from, Pampanga. We like manly men, but he was a bit more on the funny side. So I think that's the big difference. And eventually, I learned that he's actually very responsible. There are a lot of, culture shocks when I entered this kind of relationship. First of all, it's a foreigner Filipina thing. When you're dating, everything is like too perfect, right? Likes and dislikes. Your responsibility is only during that date, that day, and that moment. However, once you start this marriage, it's like a responsibility for two. So it's really a big change for me. I don't know if other men right here are married, and a lot of Filipinas, they might say that it's good, but I think Filipinas are very adaptable. That's the thing about us in marriage. But we do expect men to at least provide. Of course, eventually, when we learn the culture and how to work in that country, we would work unless we have a child, probably. However, there are many things. So, for example, when I first entered that relationship, he can speak in English pretty well. And if you guys want to ask, he has a pretty decent job, and I still have my job. Oh, by the way, I'm working in a college now, so it was 10 years in the making to be in my profession right now. And wow, I'm just looking back. You guys met me from the beginning of this video when I met YouTube, and that was the time when I first started my life in Japan. Looking back, I can congratulate myself. Like, I have done a pretty good job in my career right now, and I can tell you guys that I'm very, very happy. No evil eye. I mean, in a sense that this is not something that I got, in one flick of your hand. I got it. No. It's definitely not like that. It was more of like, it was hard work, 5 years in a stable job, teaching English, from 1 p.m. to 10 p.m. That's why I didn't make videos that time, because I was too tired, too sleepy. And then I taught kids. And then I was given this opportunity to run my small beauty spa, in my house, and then do it when I have free time. And then now I also teach in a college, which I really enjoy. And everything that I've worked hard for, I can see it right now. So we have a lot of catching up, helping the family, when you're married, so many things. But anyway, going back, so as you know, when you enter this relationship where it is like you guys are together, I think there's a lot of things to compromise, household house chores, and then how to budget meals, what foods to cook, and then like who's gonna do this chore, and then when is your date. Those things are so different, because when you are dating, sometimes maybe you guys are in a hotel in the Philippines, and then someone's gonna clean your things. However, when you start living together, there you will see the responsibility. Now, today I'll be talking about how do I feel. Not feel, but what do I think about it, this choice. Well, it was, it's okay. I mean, it's good, but there's always something new to learn. I think that's the advantage of it. There's always like surprises of culture that you would know about them, then some surprises of culture that you would know about the Filipinos. Like, for example, we have similarities with rice, of course. However, one thing that I've noticed is that in Japan, mostly their parents, we have like 5 years gap. So parents are quite financially secured, and then they were born during the era when Japan was booming. And that time, parents are not really, they learn how to invest, save money, and kids or children, they don't really have to worry about their parents. They're not in the sandwich generation. When they meet the parents, they just buy gifts. And then sometimes parents still treat their kids. So I think that's a really different thing. On the other hand, in my case, I was born when the Philippines crashed. So, when the Americans left. And unfortunately, my parents, they didn't, they thought their pension was paid. Apparently, when they checked the government, it wasn't. So it's kind of like, and then I told them when I was working full-time before, hey, because in the Philippines, like if you pay about like 240 months, I don't know how many months, that's only 200 pesos way back. If I pay like a lump sum, my parents can still get the money. And I was telling them 2 years before they turned senior, 3 years before they turned senior, they kept on ignoring me, and then they just turned senior. So I told them like, hey, if if I have a child, I couldn't help you guys anymore. And they have other kids, it's not only me. Although, that's the difference of culture that I've seen. Now I'm talking about that difference because the first person that you're gonna meet after marriage, or before you guys get married, is the family. So there's this like, when I meet their family, the parents still treat us. However, when I meet my family, we have to treat them. Well, on my mom's side, they cook for us, so it's quite different. I feel a little bit, to be honest, a little bit shy, because I don't know, how do you guys feel as foreigners? Of course, like every time you visit the Filipinas family, you always have to give money not exactly to the parents, which we don't do, but we're the ones who have to pay for the food. If someone wants, if you're hungry, you have to buy for everyone. It's okay once, twice, three times, but every time you visit for several years, you're still doing it. It's a bit, I feel a little bit shy because on his side, we they never ask us to do that. And I help my parents monthly. On his side, we don't do that. And then during holidays here, I still get gifts from his family, but on my side, I have to give gifts for my family. Of course, giving is good, but when there's a difference in culture like that, sometimes I would wonder, what if it's a little bit different, Wha- It also feels good to receive, because I think some of them, I feel like sometimes we're taken for granted. For example, I'll give you one example. I know a lot of you guys cannot speak in Tagalog, Kapampangan, whatever language we have. But men have this instinct when it comes to practical things, logical things. If women have this instinct for like mother's instinct, I think men, they know what's wrong in a puzzle or something like that. It happened like once in my family, like every time, I don't want to say it, but every time a male family member would drive us somewhere, we have to pay. And there was one time we rode on that, it's okay for me to pay, but like gas or something on top of the souvenirs that we get them. But what hurt me was like, I'm willing to give gas, but if it's like a payment, I'm a little bit shy. So what happened was, I was on the same car with my cousin and his wife, and then they dropped them off in the hotel where my cousins were staying. And then suddenly, when they dropped us off, they asked money from me, but not from my cousin, in our language. So it might not look weird, but on the other hand, it was a bit embarrassing because once we got off, he asked casually, he said, Mira, why didn't blah 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 give money? Why did we have to? Why did they ask us? So those small things are a little bit weird. Not weird, but unfortunate, honestly. To be honest, I'm very disappointed and sad about it because I feel like whenever they see us, because my husband is a foreigner, they would assume that we should cover for all of the cost regardless of our status. When you're going home to the Philippines, it's not cheap, right? For example, it's my 1 month salary. I would spend that much for a 10-day trip, 14-day trip. Although now I don't have to worry about the accommodation because there's the condo, right? So other things, I feel like it's always us, and then they know, I'm not asking, but sometimes I'm just comparing those cultures. So anyway, unlike when his parents drive us around, even sometimes they give us transportation fee to ride the bullet train just to see them. So those things have a lot of things that I compare. However, anyway, that's it for today. That's just an update, but I'll be uploading more. And since I'm out and about with that, next time I'll be talking about my new job and how is it going, about a working Filipina for a foreigner. How are the finances? Well, anyway, I missed everyone, and please have a great day, and thank you so much